Welcome back, everybody. April is National Donate Life Month, and right now there are more than 100,000 people who are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant in the U.S. Today, we're learning more about this life-saving process and how we all can give the gift of life. Joining me now is Dr. Dennis Saunier. He's an abdominal transplant surgeon with Ochsner Health. Welcome to the show, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much for coming on to talk about this topic. I am a registered organ donor, proud to say that, as well as many people probably watching this right now. I really want to first talk about this number that I just mentioned. Over 100,000 people are currently waiting. Is that a normal number? Is it really high right now? What would you say?
Well, unfortunately, it is a really high number, and it's really just a result of the scarcity of organs that are available compared to the amount of people that need transplants. So every year, more and more people get added to the transplant list, and more people get added to the list than there are donors available.
And that's so sad to say, but I'm glad we're having this conversation on how we all can be living donors. When it comes to the people on that list, what type of transplant are they looking for?
So most of the people on the waiting list are waiting for a kidney transplant, probably about 85% of them.
Wow.
And then a significant number of people waiting for a liver transplant, and then lower numbers needing like pancreas or heart or lungs.
Unbelievable. And when it comes to being a living donor, because a lot of people may think, oh, I'm only going to be an organ donor if I die. That's not necessarily the case, everybody. There are 3 different types of living donors. Talk to me about these different types.
So the different types of living donor have to do basically with the relationship of the donor with the person. So a directed donor is when someone that needs a transplant receives an organ from someone they know and love, either they're part of their family or friend. An altruistic donor is when essentially a stranger donates, often anonymously, to somebody on the waiting list. And then the paired donation is also very interesting. So when there's someone that needs a transplant that has someone that is a willing donor but is not a match for them, they can be paired up with someone else on the transplant list that has a similar scenario. So someone's donor can donate to someone else, and their donor will donate to them.
So for example, I'm a twin. If my brother needed a kidney, for example, I would be a direct transfer because obviously we have the same DNA.
Yeah, although a twin would be a very ideal situation. It doesn't. The person that's going to donate doesn't necessarily have to be related, and they just have to be willing and healthy and be a match.
And for some people, I feel like they may get scared. They're like, why am I going to give up my organ when I need it myself? Let's take the kidney, for example, the most common transplant people need right now. How does a transplant work with a living donor?
So the transplant works where we, after we have evaluated the recipient, the person that needs a transplant, and they have identified somebody that's willing, that person that is willing to be a donor contacts us, and we evaluate them very thoroughly in a multidisciplinary fashion. That means lots of different types of doctors and other healthcare providers and practitioners evaluate them to make sure that they are fit for donation. And once they are approved for donation and have had all their tests done, and we think it's safe for them to be able to donate, we schedule an operation, and on the same day, the donor has a surgery to remove their kidney.
But when it comes to that surgery, can someone survive with just one kidney? Because we were born with both, right? Most of us. Talk to me about that, because some people may get scared that, again, I'm giving up my kidney for someone else.
Yeah, so people that do donate a kidney end up living a normal life with just one kidney. The remaining kidney swells and compensates to have enough kidney function that lasts them the rest of their life, and they live totally normal lives.
And you all saw moments ago what it takes to become a living donor. Let's talk a little bit more about that. What do we need to know if we're not already an organ donor?
So a donor doesn't necessarily have to be related. A donor has to be willing to donate, and they have to be healthy, and that means they have to pass through all of our tests and not have any severe chronic medical conditions, and they have to be a match. And the match involves blood type compatibility as well as other aspects of medical suitability.
And you must be over the age of 18, everybody.
Yep.
Are there any risk involved with this?
Well, so there are risks. So donating a kidney is a major operation that's actually done through very small incisions. But it is a major operation, and there are risks. Those risks are very rare, however, and we work very hard to make sure that it's safe for somebody to donate and to make the process of donating as safe as possible.
And say I am an organ donor, right? How am I contacted if I am a match for somebody? Is it as simple as just a phone call from the hospital?
Yeah, so you would go to our website and sign up to be a donor. We can't call and solicit people to donate, but you can go to our website. I think it's there. It's ochsner.org, save 9, and you can put in your information there, and we'll contact you.
Come on, everybody. We can all save a life. Doctor, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
You did it! You did it! And look, everybody, if you want more information about organ donation and to register to become an organ donor, log on to ochsner.org/save9. All right, don't go anywhere, everybody. We have a lot coming up on Great Day Louisiana. Don't move. We'll be right back.